Yes, 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 boys. What's going on? What's going on? Today is a good day to be an Arsenal fan. In fact, it's the perfect day to be an Arsenal fan because everything has gone our way. Everything. Liverpool losing, everyone else losing. It's brilliant. This is that 2 weeks of happy, like, bro. Like something about this season just feels right. Even me making content, bro. Like back on the YT, bro. Everything's just right, bro. I'm telling you, it's all right. First season on YT on the YouTube, and everything's going right. That's what Arteta was waiting for. He's waiting for me. But let's go through it though, yeah? There's a few things I want to talk about today in it, yeah? I've written a little list. The first thing is, I'll be honest, yeah? I was against the Calafiori over Miles Lewis Skelly thing, yeah? But I think, okay, here's my take on it. Is if there's balance, I'm happy with it. So like for example, if we have a back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori, realistically, the one person who's got forward talent is Timber. Calafiori's kind of just making it up as he goes along. Whereas, and then if we have a midfield where it doesn't have an Eze and an Odegaard, and you have that back four, it's very, not negative, it's just stiff. Stiff is the right word. It's too stiff. But if you now have an Odegaard and an Eze in that midfield with a Calafiori, now we've got stability and balance. Do you know what I mean? So, like, for example, if we're going to play, like, let's say we're missing Eze and Odegaard, I think Miles Lewis Skelly needs to come into the midfield. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is what I love about all the squad depth we have. Like, there's so many options and combinations that we can go with. It's exciting to see. Like, I'm excited to see, like, oh, what's the starting 11 that my man's going for this week? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's refreshing to look at our squad and think, yeah, man, this is actually. I used to pray for times like this, you know. I used to pray for times like this. But I even think, even today, Arteta playing Odegaard and Eze shows that he's working things out. He's trying to figure things out. He's adapting. Like he's seen that maybe going forward we're being a bit held back. So he's tried to go a bit more expansive today. Don't get me wrong, we've now got Odegaard injured again, which is insane. But I think what people should be watching these games and thinking, and like really taking in what Arteta's doing, because I'm a big admirer of Arteta. I think you should be watching these games thinking, he's thinking about what's happening. He's not just looking at things and being stubborn. I think people that think Arteta's stubborn are crazy, because you always see things in the news of him trying to learn new things to add on those 1% to the squad. But then people's idea of him, I think, is mad. Like, and the only way people see him being able to adapt is by looking at the starting 11 changing to the starting 11 that they want to see. But you should see now he is thinking like, bro. At the end of the day, bro, you don't turn around a club like Arsenal to level they are whilst being stubborn and stupid. So I really want people to take in Arteta what he's doing and have a bit of respect, man, because I like what I'm seeing at the moment. I really like what I'm seeing. Like, even if you look at our last two results, West Ham and Newcastle, those are bogey teams for us. We lose those games. Like, a lot. We drop points to those people all the time. Because normally, like, especially in Newcastle, which I spoke about in another video, they match the physicality. They match us in a lot of areas. Same with West Ham to an extent. Like, they frustrate us. They match us in a lot of areas that we're supposed to be, where we overwhelm a lot of people. So that those are traditionally bad matchups for us and just hard places to go. And even when it comes to the Emirates, we don't do great. So I think people should see these results that we're getting as growth. But there's a lot of like, I just don't get the negativity around a lot of the things that's happening. Like, people are being so negative, and there's clear growth if you fancy looking at it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you actually take the time to look at it, there's growth, and there's clear growth. Like, I just think people are being very, very negative around a bunch of things that's happening positively around our club. Like, we're challenging this year. Like, before Arteta, we ain't known that in 20 years. We know we're going to be, at minimum, on a bad year, we're going to be around it. Like, so for me, I'm grateful. I'm grateful, but I swear down. Which leads me on to my next point, yeah? Is, I want people to look to, when they look at Gyökeres, to limit expectations and understand where football is right now. Strikers aren't eating the way they used to. The focal point of the attack is not the strikers. So if anyone like critiquing Gyökeres too much, I think look at it with an unbiased lens on thinking like how easy is it to get chances to score goals as a striker for a team like Arsenal. Like people used to say, if we had a striker other than Havertz, we would score so many goals. But the best strikers in the world right now are people like Havertz because they can bring you other things to the game and help the focal points, which is the wide areas, create. Rather than people that need to be provided for, if that makes sense. So I think, for me, if Gyökeres gets 17, if he gets 18 goals this year, I think that's an unbelievable year. For me, if he manages to come to Arsenal and score even 15 for me, very good year. Because me personally, I was happy with Havertz. I wanted a left-sided superstar. That's what I wanted. That's why I was looking at Leao, Rodrigo. I think those were better signings for us because I think Havertz is perfect for us. Obviously, my man's injured now, so we would have been cooked. That we would have been playing Trossard up front and that. Like I do like Gyökeres because he's a different option, but I just think like people have this idea like think about it, yeah. In the transfer window, every club's talking about I want a striker. All of the top clubs in the world, their best players and their deliverers, their big game players, isn't the striker. Real Madrid isn't the striker. PSG is not the striker. All of the Barcelona, like Lewandowski again, a scrap. Like, he feeds off scraps. He's not the focal point of the attack. So like everyone's saying, if we had a striker, we'd be doing this. Not really, because in world football, the biggest player is not the striker, and it hasn't been for a while. In the Ballon d'Or top 20. There's 3 strikers in there, and one of them is Gyökeres. So there's your context for that one. Again, next point as well. I think Trossard has a role to play at Arsenal, but again, that's why I spoke about I wanted a left sider because I don't think that's starting. I think he's an unbelievable player, but I see him as an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Same with Martinelli. Like you want these people to be in your depth. Like I don't want to get rid of Trossard. I don't want to get rid of Martinelli, but I want a big game deliverer on the left side. I think that now would make us like you couldn't argue that we're top 3 teams in the world. You couldn't argue. Now that people are arguing, I still think we are, but I think we go out and sign a Leao, for example. I think no one even. I think now teams have to think about both sides, and that there's a myth. That's why defending PSG is a myth. Like you're just scared of everything. Same with Barca. You're just scared of everything. You can't overcompensate to Saka's side. It's too much for both sides. Like, but yeah, man. I genuinely think people need to look at what's going on at Arsenal Football Club way more positively than what they are at the moment, for sure. Like, and these last 2 results, for anyone that was negative and thinking that we can't pull through, these should be the things that you look at and think, maybe something's changed here. Like, maybe now it's time to get us over the line. We've got the depth. We've got the quality. We're winning big, important fixtures. We're beating teams that we've always struggled against. This, for me, is the year where I'd say, Arteta, this is it here. You have it all here. Bring home one of those trophies. And I'd forgive you for not doing Champions League, but Prem, I think this year, I think Liverpool are going to die. I think outside of Liverpool, there's no one else that even has a chance. So realistically, this is the year I think we bring it home. I think so. I think if you're an Arsenal fan now, you should be really positive and very hopeful for what's going to happen this season. But yeah, boys, man. That's where I'm at. I'm really positive at the moment. Really, really positive. Really, really positive. Like, in fact, my last point is going to be, let's look at this. Let's go over this, yeah. Look at our injury list. That we've had this year and it's still out. Like, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 players out or have been out, and we've still managed to get results. And there's not one player here that's not a big player. Jesus, like, he's been out for time. Havertz, I think, is our best striker, sorry. Madueke, like, was the guy that's supposed to offer depth to Saka when Saka went out. Madueke just went out, now Saka's come back. Hincapi, a signing that was supposed to be a really quality signing for us. We spent a lot of money on him. Odegaard, our leader. Saka, again, our best forward player. Ben White, again, another big player. Like, none of these are little, like, crap players. They're not players that don't play. These are big players we're having now, and we've now have the squad depth to make up for them. Same with the other day. This is even missing Saliba's injury. Like we're missing. There's injuries missing from this list. We've probably had about 10 injuries, and we have got the squad to go and compete. Like that's why I say this is the year. Like there's no one that goes out of our team that we can't now make up for, or replace, or have someone there that can deliver the same level of quality. But yeah, man, I genuinely think. I think this is the year, man. This is the year. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think as well, because I'm curious as to where, if you're an Arsenal fan or if you're not an Arsenal fan, where's your mind at with Arsenal? I want to know if you're positive. Like, what do you guys think? So yeah, comment down below. I'm interested. I'm curious. But yeah, man, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let me know your thoughts for sure. Peace.